In this video, we'll discuss about intermediate code generator. So in that topic, translation of array references, we are going to discuss. So this is part of compiler design. So first we'll discuss about translation of array references. So the grammar for this is L produces L of E or ID of E. So let us see what all the semantic actions can be attached to this. The statement produces ID equal to expression semicolon or L equal to expression semicolon. So here the ID details will be retrieving from the symbol table. So to retrieve it, we'll make use of top.get function. So the details about the ID will get from the symbol table. And here E is the expression. So whatever the value stored in it, to retrieve the value of it, first we need to access the variable. So for that we'll make use of the address attribute. So E dot address will be used to access the address of it. Then S produces L equal to expression semicolon. So here L is referring to the list of values. So it is referring to the array. So to retrieve the address of it, we'll be using L dot address. So that will be used to access the offset value of the array. And here to retrieve the base value, we'll be using base attribute. And L dot array will help us to retrieve the details of the array from the symbol table. So here, whatever the value stored in the expression, to retrieve it, again address attribute we are going to use. So the value will be retrieved through E dot address and that will be stored in L dot array dot base of L dot address. So we'll get the details of array from the symbol table using L dot array. So the next grammar is E produces E1 plus E2. So here to retrieve the value, first we need to access the address of these values variables. So for that E1 dot address and E2 dot address will be using. So in those addresses, what are the values there? We have to retrieve and then perform the addition and then store it in the parent E dot address. So here we are using the address attribute. Then here to store the parent value, we are going to create a new temporary variable. This will be done by the compiler. So for that we'll make use of new temp. That function will be used for generating the new temporary variable. So E produces ID. For this production rule, to retrieve the details about the ID, we'll use top.get function. So it will retrieve the details about the ID from the symbol table and then it will be stored in E dot address. So E dot address, that is a parent attribute. So it will be stored in the new temporary variable. The next production rule is E produces L. So here to store the value of E, we are in need of one new temporary variable which has to be generated by compiler. So for that, new temp function will be used. So here L is list of variables, list of values, so which is referring to the array. So to retrieve the contents from the array, we need the offset value L dot address and what is the base address of the array and where is that array and what are the details about it. So through using L dot array, we'll retrieve the details from the symbol table. So now we need to generate the 3 address code. For that, generate function will be used. Then here L produces ID of E. So whenever we access A of I or A of J like that we use, or A of I of J like that 2-dimensional array we use, we need to get the details about the identifier from the symbol table. For that, top.get function will be used. So that will help us to retrieve the details about the L dot array. L dot array is the details about the array from the symbol table. So here whatever the type of each and every element in the array, that will be the type of this array L dot type. And here we are going to use a new temporary variable. So for that, new temp function will be used. So that will be the address of L dot address. So that offset value we are calculating through L dot address. So here whatever the width of each and every element, that will be multiplied with E dot address to calculate the offset value. So that 3 address code has to be generated using gen function. So L produces L1 of E. For this, what are the semantic actions? Let us see. So L1 dot array, that value will retrieve from the symbol table. That will be the parent details. Then whatever the type of each and every element in L1, that will be the type of the parent L. Then here one new variable has to be generated, temporary variable, so that is T. Then L dot address, for that also again new temporary variable, that to hold the offset value we need to generate new temporary variable that will be stored here. Then we have to generate the 3 address code, that is whatever the width of each and every element, that will be multiplied with the index value, that is A of I. If you are using that I value, we have to multiply and store in that T. Then we have to add that to the base address of the array. So the base address of the array will be there in L1 dot address. So the offset value what we have calculated, that will be added and used to find out what is the exact location of the array. So these are the semantic action for the array references. So as I mentioned here, there are 3 synthesized attributes used here. L dot address denote the L dot address, actually it will be denoting what is the offset address. So that will be calculated by using what is the index value, and it is multiplied with the width of each and every element in the array. Then the next synthesized attribute is L dot array, that will be used to retrieve the details about the array from the symbol table entry. And L dot array dot base, that is the base address of the array, that will be retrieved from the symbol table again. Then L dot type is each and every element in the array, what is the data type of it, that will be retrieved from the array. So here if you see the annotated parts tree for the example C plus A of I of j. So here E produces E plus E, that is the first rule used here. So E dot address equal to E dot address plus E dot address. So here E dot address produces ID, that is C, and here E dot address produces L, and L produces, here if you refer the grammar used here, L produces L of E. So L again it is produces A of E, ID of E it is used here. So with respect to the second production rule here, and here if you observe L, if you see this semantic action, what are all the semantic actions we are using here? ID of E, for that what is L dot array, what is L dot type, what is L dot address, then gen function we have to use for generating the 3 address code, and if it is L1 of E, L dot array, L dot type, then L dot address, 2 generate functions has to be used. So all those are used here. So E dot address produces what is array value, what is the type, what is the address, all those things are used here. And here if you see the array and what is the type of it, if it is for the first dimension, A of I will use, for the second dimension here j value is used here. So this is the annotated parts tree for C plus A of I of j. So if you see the 3 address code for it, if the second dimension has 12 elements, then what will happen? If the maximum size of the second dimension, if it is 12, then we have to use temporary variables for that. So T1 equal to I into 12. Then what is the size of each and every element? If it is integer, and for each integer if it is 4 bytes, then T2 equal to j into 4. Then here what we have to do, T1 plus T2 we have to find out the offset value T3. So by adding to the base address A of T3, we can access the actual element address. So here C plus T4. T4 value, it is nothing but A of I of j. So in this way 3 address code for the expression C plus A of I of j will be calculated. Thank you.